Hi everybody,
Hey,
I'm Chad.
I'm Young.
We are back for a movie review, and this will be your first full movie review.
First one ever. Pretty excited.
So we're gonna get Young exposed to
Yeah.
Korean movies.
I'm ready.
That's right. I feel bad because my viewers have been recommending this for like a year.
Come on.
I know. And it's been on the list for a long time, but there's
Yeah.
just never been like the right opportunity. So this is called Taegukgi Brotherhood of War.
Taegukgi.
The Brotherhood of
Got
War.
it.
This is an older movie, 2004,
Okay.
but extremely popular in Korea, at least based off what I see on my recommendations. A lot of people requesting this.
everyone wants to watch
So thank you to everybody who requested that. So Taegukgi is the name of the Korean flag. So you know how in English we have like the Star Spangled Banner? Taegukgi is the Korean flag.
Okay.
Right. I don't know too much about it, but I do know that it was related to the Korean War. The Korean title, Taegukgi Huinarimyo, is like the Korean flag waves, basically. Like the Korean flag is waving.
Yeah.
So anyway, very, very popular video from what I understand in Korea and the US. I was looking it up on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a very popular critic review site.
Yeah, we
right?
use that for
We use it for everything.
Yeah,
Before
every movie.
Any movie I see, I look it up.
Yeah.
And they did 79% critics and 93% audience, which is both
That's really
fantastic,
good. Yeah.
right? Why don't we jump into the trailer? We'll talk about
Trailer
expectations
first. Okay.
and see what we think. Whoa.
Samuel Goldwyn Films presents
I was not expecting English just now.
the incredible story of two brothers torn apart by a war they did not believe in. They fought for freedom. They fought for honor, and they fought to find each other again. From the world-renowned filmmaker Kong Jae-kyu, the director of Shidi, comes a breathtaking adventure you will never forget. Chung Dong-gun, Won Bin.
Oh, he's super famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taegukgi, the Brotherhood of War.
Best picture in Korea, looks like.
Looks really good.
Yeah, it looks crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, war movies are always intense, right? And you have to do them the right way. But war movies are always going to be pretty violent.
Yeah.
And they're always going to be emotional, and they're always going to be intense. So I think that's what we're going to expect from this one.
Yeah. I mean, we always watch like American
Right.
war movies.
Right.
you
Yeah,
know,
we know a lot
like
about American wars.
patriotism and stuff, and so it'd
Yep.
be cool to see like the Korean side.
Looks really intense.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good. I've heard that it's a pretty emotional movie, which I like emotional movies, but I don't necessarily like filming myself and crying on camera.
Yeah,
Like, it's
exactly.
just the last movie review
You
I
see the soft side.
Yeah, that's right. I'm excited for this one. I don't know that the trailer really lets on too much of the storyline.
Yeah, it's just like two brothers.
It's two brothers in war, and so we're
Yeah.
gonna figure out what that
To
means.
see what it is.
I feel like it's gonna be intense. It's gonna be a heavy movie.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Keep us on our toes.
yeah,
now.
that's right.
should
I'm ready
be
for
good.
it. So let's jump in it. Let's do it. We'll talk about our thoughts after.
Let's watch it.
All right.
Ready.
We'll see you soon. Oh my. Don't look. Don't look.
to save him or something.
Well, so they wanted to retreat, but he wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh my. I can't believe that dude had freaking maggots going on.
My nightmares.
Oh, for sure. Oh no, don't do it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh. Can you imagine stabbing somebody?
Oh.
I just don't think I'd have the nerve to do it. Oh gosh. Oh. Oh. Wow. Oh my. Oh no. That dude doesn't. Oh, he's done now. Oh, he shouldn't have done that. He's like going for it too much, you know, that dude died.
진태형, 저 용석이에요. 용석이.
납세 용석이 나와도 낭비납세라는 빨갱이 새끼는 아무나 없어.
That's like a crazy scene right there, where it like lifts up from
Yeah,
where he
from
died.
ears to the bones.
Oh yeah, you're right.
돌아온다고 약속했잖아요. 왜 이러고 있어요? 어떡해요? 50년 동안이나 기다렸는데 이 동생한테 뭐라고 말 좀 해요.
Crazy.
Really good movie.
It's a great movie. That was good.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. It was really heavy. I remember thinking that towards the end. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so tense, and this is so intense that I kind of feel like by the end of it, I'm just like exhausted.
Yeah.
You know,
like
I'm like tired, like mentally tired. I feel like maybe the first like 10 minutes of the movie are like, maybe 15 are like calm, peaceful,
Yeah.
and then the rest of it's just like intense,
like
like,
nonstop.
and so it's just like
Crazy.
draining, but like, yeah, really good. Hard to believe this movie's from, I think, 2004.
I know. Yeah, it's really well done.
Kind of the effects, or just kind of like the scenes of war.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that-
filmed really well.
Yeah, it seems
The only part that I could tell is from 2004 is when the helicopter blows up.
the plane.
Yeah.
The
Or
plane.
the plane,
Yeah,
yeah, sorry, the
I,
plane.
I had that same
And there's
thought.
like one quick scene where you're like, oh.
You're like, oh, that looks a little bit. Something
That's
looks off.
2004,
That's
yeah.
2004. But
But
besides,
other than that,
bes-
whoever this director was is
yeah,
phenomenal.
yeah, it was impressive, and just I feel like of all the war movies I've seen, that was the most real one in terms of showing everything that happens in terms of like the negative part,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Of people getting shot, of people getting
Yeah.
hurt, and just how crazy war is. So what was really interesting, and it was a really good hook, was when it started kind of in present day, when Jin Suk's older, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, we found the remains of Jin Suk. He's like, well, I'm Jin Suk, right?
Oh, yeah,
And so it's
yeah.
confusing, right? They're
Yeah.
like, what happens? It probably means that the older brother died, but why would it?
But why would they think he died?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And so then you don't know. So that's a really good hook to start the movie.
Oh yeah.
And then it kind of dives into like 1950. That part where they kind of get yanked off to war was really sad.
Yeah.
I just imagine how awful it would be if like you're just kind of hanging out with your family one day. You're basically a refugee. You have to take off.
Yeah.
Then the older brother and the younger brother are just gone.
I know.
Yeah.
I think the craziest, hardest part of the movie for me is when they come back and I think they're in Seoul, right? And then there's like
Yeah.
the anti-communists.
The anti-communists,
that take Young, what was her name?
Yeah. So they take Young Shin.
Yeah, that part was.
That part was awful,
stressful and
man.
intense, and then it ends horribly.
It ends horribly, and
And it's like hard to see like how the country is like so torn.
you start to take the side of the South, right? And because as they go north through North Korea, they see that the communists have killed the villagers.
Yeah.
You start to understand why they're so mad when the soldiers are coming in. They're like, let's kill them all, take no prisoners. Obviously, that's not like an okay thing, but you understand their state of mind and why they're so
what
upset.
going through
And right. That's when you really feel that the older brother, Jin Tae, he really starts to like lose it. He's just like so upset. But then you kind of come back to the south, and you have the anti-communists who are doing things just as bad, right? Anybody associated, who they believe is associated with the communists, they just kill them.
Yeah, I know.
And so
Awful.
it's just like an awful time, and you see what like war does to people, and you see what panic does to people.
Yeah.
I always like watching these movies because I know a little bit about Korean history, but I feel like even though it's a movie, I can get a sense of maybe what things were like.
Yeah, for sure. So when Jing Tae killed their friend,
Oh yeah.
I feel like that was when the younger brother was finally just like
Jin Suk like loses
done.
it. He's just done. He's just
Yeah,
done with
he's,
everything
like,
that his
lost
brother's
hope for
done.
his brother.
Right, and it's hard.
And
to
his brother at the same time is kind of just like also.
He's just like whatever. He's like
Yeah.
I'm just doing what I need to do. Then there's the part where they break into North Korea. They go into Pyongyang. Jin Tae is going after the North Korean captain.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah,
As a result of that, Yeoman ends up dying.
yeah Yeongwon was awesome.
He was
too.
awesome.
So
He's
I
a
can
great
feel for
character. Right.
The younger brother.
Yeah,
Jing Tae.
you can feel for Jin Suk that like, you know, I mean, I get both sides of it. I
Yeah.
guess you get that Jin Tae is like, I have to do whatever I can to impress these people to save my brother.
Yeah.
And then Jin Suk's like, well, I didn't ask to be saved.
Yeah.
You know, and these are like my friends who are
All
getting
he
hurt.
sees is because of it. One of my, friends
Right.
died.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so
Yeah, heavy stuff, and war movies are always heavy, but I think they did it like the right ways, that they made it real.
for me, it always makes it like they're so heavy and hard, but it makes you so like appreciative.
Oh, yeah.
For what those people did and what we have
Yeah.
now today
Yeah.
because of it.
There were some crazy parts, there were some intense sad parts, you know, just when people would die in the war.
Okay, there were some really graphic parts. The parts with the maggots. coming
Oh
out.
my gosh, I forgot about that. Yeah, you're gonna
Almost
our reaction
died.
should be in that. That part was awful.
Yeah, that's hard. And
That
sad
part-
because it's like those, obviously those things
Yeah.
happen and have happened. And
But that was
brings
crazy.
the real reality.
That's what they did a good job of, is just
Yeah.
showing like what war's like. Within this war, you have the story of like these two brothers who kind of get lost with each other during the
Yeah.
movie, but in the end they have their kind of like coming together where they get to see each other. Jin Suk is able to get all the way to Jin Tae and help him, get back to himself.
Yeah.
And like realize, like, don't you want to see your mom? Like, the
Yeah, as
kids.
hard as the movie was, and it's like pulling you in different directions, like at that final moment, it's
Yeah.
nice to like all come back together.
Jin Suk in the end, he's very sad, that he finds out for sure what he's probably
Yeah.
suspected for a long
Yeah.
time, is that his brother's gone. He wasn't able to keep his promise. But I really liked the shoes,
Yeah,
that he made the
so
shoes
cool.
for his brother.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. And so, yeah, a lot of sad parts. I mean, but really, I feel like the story just comes down to like, all right, we got these two brothers who are really willing to do, everything for each other. They
Yeah.
kind of prove that throughout the movie. And even though they get separated, Jin Tae thinks Jin Suk is dead. Jin Suk is like, I don't care about him anymore. But then he realizes, like, my brother's been doing all these things for me. He does all these things for our family. He wants us to be happy. And so yeah, I don't know. It was crazy. I mean, that ending scene was, I feel like, really powerful. Just him with his brother, and that they get to kind of reconcile before he dies,
Yeah.
and then he does what it takes to make sure his brother gets out safely.
Yeah.
So that's like the message of the movie, right? Is
Yeah.
that Jin Tae does, whatever he can
Everything he went through. Yeah.
Did everything.
He still did.
for his brother.
Enough to fulfill his original promise,
Right.
right? Just
Yep.
to bring his brother home.
Exactly. It was really cool to see Wonbin. That's Jin Suk.
Yeah.
Especially at the intense parts, like where he get mad at his brother.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
emotion, you can read it on his face, you can feel it, and you can see why he became such a star, because His acting was incredible. Jun Tae, I'm not sure of his actor's name, but he was awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of the minor,
They're both
yeah.
great.
A lot of the minor characters were really good.
Yeah, a lot of them made it like fun. There's like
Yeah.
a couple of the guys.
Right,
who are,
right.
like,
Yeah, so we
huge,
talk
like-
about this in a lot of Korean movies we watch because we've watched, you know, a lot of serious, intense ones. But Korean directors always do a good job of this.
Yeah,
Is that
it's like you almost need it to keep
you
it
need
going.
it, right? Yeah, you
into
need
the movie.
you need them to inject a little bit of humor,
Yeah.
and so a lot of characters brought that through. Where it's like, it's crazy, right? And and I'm sure this is like what real war is like. Is that they're in the middle of this super intense thing, chaos all around, but then they have these moments where they can like laugh and things seem like normal,
Yeah.
right? And then it shows like bang, like back to reality,
Yeah.
back to like hell on earth,
Yeah.
and like. So, yeah, extremely well done movie. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
I had zero expectations coming in. It's my first Korean movie ever,
Yeah.
and I was really impressed. And it was done in 2004, so I'm excited to see
Yeah,
a lot of the newer stuff.
future
too.
stuff. Yeah, this
Kind
is
of hooked now.
yeah. Well, this is a real. I mean, it's a great one to start on because it's so good. But like,
Yeah.
sheesh, that was really good. So
Yeah.
So hopefully,
I
future
know.
movies
Hopefully,
live
my
up
hopes
to.
aren't too high
Yeah.
for the rest of the movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was awesome.
Thanks so much to everybody who recommended this. Great choice. I'm sorry that it took so long to see it. Hope it was worth the wait. Keep recommending movies, and we'll watch them. We'll see you next
Absolutely.
time.
I want to watch more. Thanks.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.